Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Hey, Falcons fans, it's an exciting time right now, and if you've been paying close attention, you know that the countdown to the start of the 2024 NFL season is really heating up. We're just a little over 10 days away from those final roster cuts, and this period, right before the league narrows down its roster to 53 players, is always filled with tension, strategic moves, and some tough decisions that can shape the team's future. And for the Atlanta Falcons, this offseason has been all about building a team that can not only compete but also contend for a deep playoff run, possibly even a Super Bowl appearance. As we all know, the journey to the Lombardi Trophy is paved with tough choices, especially at key positions like cornerback. Now, one of the most watched battles in the Falcons' camp has been at the cornerback position. This is a unit that has struggled a bit in recent years, and it's no secret that the Falcons are looking to bolster that secondary. Just recently, they signed former first-round pick C.J. Henderson, which was a solid move that brought some experience and a fresh perspective to the Henderson, who's had his share of ups and downs in the league, could be a key piece in the puzzle, especially if he can find consistency. But the real story here is about the potential addition of a veteran free agent, Rasul, who's been generating a lot of buzz around the NFL circles lately. Now just imagine this. Douglas, a player who's shown flashes of brilliance in the past, is a guy with 19 career interceptions, including 3 pick-sixes, and 79 passes defended over 8 seasons. That's a resume that commands respect. But of course, no player is perfect, and last season was a bit of a down year for him. He struggled to maintain his usual level of play, allowing a career-high completion percentage of 72.9% and a passer rating of 122. When targeted, that's not what you want to see from a veteran cornerback, especially when your team is hoping to turn the secondary into a strength rather than a weakness. But here's the key. Douglas's recent struggles could be a sign of an anomaly, or it could be a sign that he's due for a bounce-back season. And that's exactly what the Falcons are banking on. If they bring him in, they're hoping for a return to the form he showed in 2022 and 2023. During those seasons, Douglas was not just a stopgap, he was a bona fide playmaker. Even if he didn't make the Pro Bowl, his impact was undeniable. His ability to create turnovers and lock down receivers was a vital part of the Packers' secondary, and that kind of veteran leadership could be exactly what Atlanta needs to improve their pass defense. Interestingly, Douglas has also shown interest in returning to familiarity, which could give the Falcons an edge. Last year, he played with the Green Bay Packers under the guidance of assistant head coach Jerry Gray and secondary coach Justin Hood, both of whom are now part of the Falcons' coaching staff. That prior relationship could help smooth the negotiation process and make him more inclined to sign with Atlanta. Of course, signing a veteran free agent like Rasul isn't just about talent. It's also about cap space. The Falcons aren't sitting on a mountain of money, they're near the bottom of the league in terms of cap flexibility, with just over $5 million available according to Spotrac. But that's enough to make a strategic move, especially with a player like Douglas, who could be a budget-friendly option. Knox, the NFL analyst, pointed out that Douglas would be a fine choice for the Falcons given their limited cap space, offering experience and a potential upgrade at cornerback without breaking the bank. It's a move that makes a lot of sense, especially considering the team's needs. Now, let's put this into perspective. The Falcons, as a team, have been working hard on fixing their pass rush, but it's been a work in progress. In 2024, they joined Carolina as the only teams in the league to allow more passing touchdowns than sacks, 34 touchdowns to just 31 sacks. That's not the kind of balance you want when trying to build a formidable defense. Their secondary has also been exposed by high completion percentages and passer ratings. The numbers aren't lying. Atlanta's pass defense ranked near the bottom of the league in several key categories. It's clear that improvements are needed, and adding a veteran like Douglas could be a significant step forward. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Senior Falcons reporter Tori McElhaney recently shared her roster projection, and she pointed out that her most difficult cut would be at the cornerback position. If the Falcons do sign Rasul Douglas, that will mean they will have to make a tough decision, probably releasing or trading another player to make room for him. That's the reality of NFL roster management, balancing cap space, talent, and team chemistry. McElhaney's projection includes 6 cornerbacks making the final roster, and right now, it looks like A.J. Terrell is the only one who has a guaranteed starting spot. That leaves room for competition, and Douglas's arrival could shake things up, possibly elevating the level of play at that position. So, what does this all mean for the Falcons' defense moving forward? Well, bringing in Rasul Douglas could be a game changer, not just for depth but also for veteran leadership. His experience and proven playmaking ability could be exactly what the Falcons need to tighten up that secondary, which has shown some vulnerabilities in recent seasons. The team's coaching staff is clearly aware of these issues and is actively exploring options to fix them. Signing Douglas would send a strong message to the division and the league that Atlanta is serious about competing at the highest level. And let's not forget, the NFC South is a division that's constantly evolving. With teams like Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and Carolina all trying to improve, the Falcons need to be aggressive in their roster moves. Adding a player like Rasul Douglas, who's familiar with the team's coaching staff and has the potential to make an immediate impact, could be just the right move at the right time. It's about closing the gaps, bringing in experience, and creating a secondary that can challenge even the best quarterbacks in the league. So, Falcons fans, the next few days are going to be crucial. The roster cuts are approaching, and the team's front office will have some tough decisions to make. But if the reports are true and the team is interested in signing Rasul Douglas, it could be a move that shifts the momentum in Atlanta's favor. It's all about building a team that's resilient, competitive, and ready to take the next step. The Falcons have the talent, the coaching staff, and now, maybe, the veteran presence they need to truly make a statement this season. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Falcons are definitely in a position of strategic evaluation. They know that their defense, especially the secondary, needs reinforcement if they want to challenge the division rivals and make a real playoff push. The signing of Douglas, if it happens, would be a smart, cost-effective move that could pay huge dividends. It's about adding depth, experience, and a guy who has a proven track record of making plays when it counts. The coaching staff, led by head coach Arthur Smith, is known for their meticulous approach, and they're probably weighing all options to make sure they're fielding the best possible roster. And for the fans, this is what makes this period so exhilarating. You get to see the team's front office work behind the scenes, making moves that could define the season. Will they sign Rasul Douglas? Will they make other trades or signings to complement their current roster? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, the anticipation is building, and the energy around the Falcons is at a fever pitch. Everyone's eager to see how this team will shape up in the final days before the season kicks off. Remember, the NFC South is a division that's always unpredictable. The Saints are looking to bounce back, Tampa Bay is trying to stay competitive, and Carolina is rebuilding. But Atlanta has been quietly assembling a roster that could surprise a lot of people. They've got a solid quarterback in Desmond Ridder who's hungry to prove himself, a developing offensive line, and now, they're eyeing upgrades at key defensive spots. The addition of a veteran cornerback like Rasul Douglas could help solidify that secondary and give them the edge they need against high-powered defenses. This team has been building for the future, but they're also very aware that this season could be a turning point. With the right moves, they could elevate their defense, tighten up their pass coverage, and ultimately become a team that no one wants to face in the playoffs. The fans are excited, the players are motivated, and the coaching staff is working tirelessly behind the scenes to put everything together. So, as we approach these crucial roster decisions, keep your eyes on the Falcons. Watch how their front office maneuvers, listen for any breaking news about Rasul Douglas or other possible signings, and get ready for what promises to be an intense and thrilling season. This is the time when teams make their final push to not just be good, but to be great. The Falcons, with their talented roster and strategic moves, are poised to do just that. It's about resilience, determination, and smart football, and we'll be here every step of the way to bring you all the latest updates, analysis, and insights. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This is your source for everything Falcons, from roster moves to game analysis, and all the insider info you need to stay ahead of the game. Thanks for being with us, and as always, go Falcons.